love a good quickie. However, there is a right way to do a quickie and there is a wrong way to do a quickie. And when you are dealing with a partner that is a woman, you want to make sure you nail those quickies so that she wants to have more spontaneous sex. So I'm gonna do you guys a solid favor and I'm gonna teach you my 5 tips on how to have the most successful quickies. Now, before we dive in, I want to talk about what I mean by having a successful quickie, because having a successful quickie does not mean having an orgasm. I mean, of course, we all love and want to have many orgasms. However, the main focus of sex just in general is experiencing pleasure or enjoyment. A lot of the time, if we get too focused on orgasm, the orgasm never comes, especially for women. So when we are having a quickie, keep an open mind and just stay tuned into all of those pleasurable sensations and all of the enjoyment you are experiencing. Because the reality is, a really good quickie is filled with rich sexual tension. So how do we get that sexual tension all built up? Now, I've talked about it from time and time again, but your flirt game needs to be strong. Your foreplay game needs to be strong. And I don't mean your foreplay as in doing the actual do. I mean your wordplay, your banter. Do you have a silver tongue? What are your go-to lines? How do you make her want you? Because the truth is, what makes a really good quickie is the both of you wanting it at the exact same time. Timing is everything, but it is nothing, but it is everything. Because if we don't always have time for that amazing connected foreplay, what are we gonna do? We need some form of a build-up, something to make them want us. So in the meantime, as you're working on your wordplay and your flirt game, I'm gonna give you a key tip. Track your partner's cycle. During ovulation, we are walking around, well, at least a lot of us, wet, wet, wet. Like, I mean, the only soundtrack in my head all day is like dick, 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 dick. Because primally speaking, that is the best time for you to fertilize me. Whether or not I want to be pregnant is a whole different story. But the key point of timing is that we both need to be into it because we don't have time to mess around with that amazing foreplay. So we need to have the right energy and the right enthusiasm to just jump into it and get in there. Now, the second thing that you might not know is you actually want to be keeping a lot of your clothes on. So pull those panties to the side, leave the tops on, push the bra up, drop your pants around your ankles. We do not have time to waste trying to disrobe. We're all adults here. The dinosaur chicken nuggets are in the oven, and I only got 5 minutes to catch my nut, and so do you, so let's run this. It is a holiday season. We have to be at a family dinner in like a half an hour, but we have to get everybody ready and loaded outside of the door and last minute wrap Christmas gifts. But I need you to bend me over. Rip that dress up, access the skin that you can, kiss, lick, touch, squeeze, compliment. Give her all of the things that you need to give her in that moment. Touch the skin that is exposed. There's still lots of love going and lots of passion, but this isn't the extended playtime here. Like I said, the nuggets are in the flippin' oven. Not that it matters, because the amount of things my partner and I have burnt is beyond salvageable. It's like DoorDash, skip the dishes. Yeah, because this was just far more important. But that doesn't have to be you. Don't let things burn. We're trying to ignite, not torch the whole place. Now, the next one being turning that pressure into pleasure. Now, normally pressure is an absolute orgasm killer. A lot of people, when they get stressed out or there's a lot of pressure on a situation, they collapse and things go flat, because who wants to be having sex while they are under pressure? Nobody. However, in this case, we can turn that pressure into pleasure, because that is the whole point of having a quickie. And that is exactly why I say the focus should be on the pleasure and not on the end goal of an orgasm. So instead of thinking of time, oh my God, we only have this many minutes left and I'm not even close to coming, or whatever crazy thing you have thought about, reframe that. Time is of the essence, but we are here to please our partner as fast as possible. Now, my fourth tip that I have for you is stick with what works, meaning Don't go messing around trying out a new position. You know your go-to position. You know what gets her good, so go to that position. We do not have time to be messing around and experimenting. We can do that later, sweetie, okay? But right now, time is of the essence. Let's rock this and let's get it done. Now, even though the go-to is the bender over the counter, bender over the bed, it is nice, it is easy access. That is actually not always gonna be the most pleasurable for the women. However, that's not to say I'm speaking for everybody. I know I really like this position. However, I've also heard a ton of women don't like it. So I think a really good go-to position is usually something that involves eye contact. Push her up against the wall. If you're strong enough, hold her. Put her on the counter, on the washer. One of our favorite quickie positions is actually on a chair. I straddle him and then he bends me over. Best of both worlds. We both get our nuts and it's always amazing. It is like our go-to quickie routine. If your partner usually likes a vibrator, grab that for them. Place it on the table. Use all of your tools you can. Place all your cards on the table. This is your time to shine, baby. Now, finally, this last one is super important. More important than people think. This is not just for those longer sessions or scenes that we play in. Aftercare is still really important in quickies. And if you are not doing aftercare after your playtime just in general, what are you doing? You are leaving your money on the table. Your money meaning your partner's desire. Because the better we care for our partner during and after is all gonna turn into how they want to come back to sleep with us. But in these quickies, it can be something as simple as a kiss, helping them get dressed and clean up, offering them that warm washcloth, like I said, a baby wipe. And I love you. Talk to your partner and figure out what they need from you for aftercare. And a little bonus tip for you guys is to always have a really good lube on deck, especially in quickies, specifically because there are certain times throughout the month where I am incredibly worked up and really, really horny. However, I'm not wet, and that is just simply because of hormones. But the stats show, and I know, that the more lubricated we are as women, the more pleasurable the experience is, and you increase our chance of orgasm by like 90%. I think one of the hottest things that my partner does is always goes to grab lube no matter what. Even if he thinks I don't need it, he always has it because he knows how much I hate the spit trick. Yes, spit can be hot in the immediate moment, however, it dries tacky and it's just really not helpful. So he knows if he grabs lube, he can also do his spit trick too, especially with water-based lube, which is a tip that you guys might not know. If your water-based lube starts to dry up, add a little spit to it, it turns it back into the lube. I'm also gonna drop the link to my favorite toys down below. Lilo is by far the best. If you are a dude who has not tried a sex toy yet, please do yourself a favor and try out Lilo's men's toys. They are absolutely insane. I have heard rave reviews from the guys. I know me personally, I probably have 8 to 9 Lilo toys that are my all-time favorite. They are packed to the punch, buttery silicone. This is not even a sponsored video at all. I just want you guys to have the best quality of toys. And trust me, the Sonia, for the ladies, that's like a clit sucker. That will get me to orgasm in like 2 minutes by itself. It is freaking nuts with penetration. All right, guys, that is it. That is all that I have for you today. If you like this video, give it a thumbs up and please do not forget to subscribe and come on over to my Instagram and my TikTok and check out a little bit more. Cheers.